What is going on, guys? It's Joe Medlow with Next Level Auto Detail, and today we are prepping the 512 TR for the Palm Beach Concours that is this Sunday. The car has been ceramic coated over 6 years ago. It's still kind of there. Last time I prepped it, I did use Essence to kind of give it a boost because the owner really wants to preserve the paint. That's a really main concern for him. So being that the coating is still on there, we never really got a chance to really dig in and give it a proper, true paint correction. So that's still the plan of attack. We're not going to give it paint correction, more paint enhancement. So we are going to be using the new TurtleWax ceramic 3-in-1 polish just to kind of remove some fine marks that I see, kind of just take it to a higher level. The paint preservation is very, very key on this car. The car wins awards on a regular basis on every event that it enters. It scores 98 out of 100 at Cavallino, which is a Ferrari showcase, a prestigious Ferrari showcase. So the car is gorgeous and everybody appreciates the originality of it. So we don't want to dig in and remove life out of the paint. So in that there, you have to do the most while doing the least, if that makes sense. Now, I want to fix this car and I know how good it'll look, and it's so hard not to, but at the same time, we have to stand the integrity of the paint. We can't just take years of life out of it, if that makes sense. So as much as I want to make it perfect, I know it's not smart for the car, so I don't want to, take away history here, because if this car gets repainted, that's not a good thing. So we're kind of just brushing it up or giving it a paint enhancement. It's not about being cheap that the client doesn't want to compensate. I talked about it with my client, and obviously we want to get the highest package there is on this. It's not what's best for the car, but I have to keep the best interest of the vehicle, and the best interest for the vehicle is to not take years and years of life out of the paint because it is original. So remember, you guys can't think like a Facebook detailer. Very, very toxic community. Half of those guys aren't even professionals. Now that we understand the mindset of what's going on with the car and our plan of attack, we are going to be using the 3-in-1 ceramic polish. Like I said earlier, we want to do the most while doing the least. So we are going to be using an orange CCS pad with this. We're going to do a few passes. There are some marks that I do want to get out because they are an eyesore for the paint. And after we get those marks out, we're just gonna jewel out the paint, refine it, and again, I do not want to take any paint off of this car. It's not about being cheap. It's not about that the client doesn't want to pay for my services. It's not that I'm being lazy. We're doing what's best for the car, and what's best for the car is to leave as most paint as possible. It has to last the remainder of its life because it's all original. So if we compound and take all that paint off, in 2-3 years again, the car's gonna need to be detailed again and again and again, and every 10 years this car is gonna have paint taken off of it, and it's just not smart for the car. So with that being said, let's get started. Let's play with this stuff. Let's see how the paint is responding, and yeah, let's start the video. All right, here's the condition of the paint. It's not horrible. There's some areas that are worse than others, as you could see, like right there. And then there's some other areas that kind of look a little bit more clean. Now we do want to address that because that is an eyesore. So we do want to make that better, try to remove that, and clean up this area because this area looks really, really bad. This is probably the worst part of the hood. So we do want to clean this up, and I do believe that this polish will probably give us the look that we're looking for. So let's get started. All right, so with this product, it's more like of a thinner product, so always give it a good shake even between applications. So products that are on the thinner side, it's important to shake. That way you get a consistent finish. I'm not even pressing. I am gonna add a few more drops because it's a fresher pad. It's brand new. This is a Lake Country CCS pad. I am making a video about this, but this video is gonna be uploaded first on why I like the CCS pad and why I use it with my all-in-ones. I'm kind of gonna do a 50-50 without putting tape because this is single stage paint and we don't want to put tape on it for obvious reasons. So I'm gonna kind of stop right here to kind of see what's going on. Now remember, low speed 4 on this machine, and speed 4 on this machine is not that aggressive like my G21 or G15. So we're gonna weight to the pad. I'm applying no pressure. I'm not interested in pressure. I'm letting the weight of the machine do its thing. Now you can see our pad is turning red, but not that red because we didn't remove a lot of material, which is the goal. We don't want to remove a lot of product. Easy wipe off. Seems like it had great lubrication. Really nice. Oh yeah. Oh, what a huge difference already. Look at this, guys. Awesome. Yes, that is a win. Awesome, awesome. So that's what we started with. And that's what we removed. So I'm very, very happy. Now you guys might be saying, Joe, did you just fill all that scratch? You filled. Guys, in this case, fillers aren't a bad thing. We want to preserve this paint. So if I did fill, guess what? That's a win. Even though we did remove the damage, and no, we didn't fill. We probably did fill to a degree, but guys, you guys overthink filling capabilities. You can't mask and hide all scratches and swirl marks. I'll make a separate video on that. I've been wanting to make it for years to address this situation, but back to the subject. Guys, look at that. Look, the pad isn't that red. I didn't apply any pressure. No pressure at all. And that looks great. What a complete win. All right, now let's come down, remove this damage down here. I'm very happy that it came out so nice without being aggressive. I'm like so amped that we removed that damage without being aggressive. I was applying no weight on the machine, no pressure. I was just letting the weight of the machine do its thing. Guys, this is a nice polish. This is the first time I'm using it. This seems to be pretty good stuff, and this is single stage paint. No pressure. I'm just guiding the machine. So obviously the pad turned more red. We do have to keep residue under control when we are buffing her. And like I said, we're not removing a lot of paint at all. Oh yes, I'm very, very happy on how this is coming out, guys. I'm extremely happy. I'm very, very pleased. Oh man, she's gonna look so good. I mean, she already looks good. She wins awards because she's so original. Now, you guys have to understand, and for the remainder of its life, however long this car exists, this person, the owner, if it's my client, if he gives it to his family, if it goes down generation to generation, this car will always be worth more with original paint, even if it's scratched and swirled out. Does that make sense? So we can't just keep gnawing and chopping at the paint. It's not smart for the car. All right, we're gonna tackle this area. So much better, guys. So much better. Awesome. So after I tackle this area, the camera has to charge. Then I'll bring you guys back. So let's get into this area. I'm gonna shake the product again. I'm impressed with this stuff so far. Now you guys might be, what's the cut like? Does it really matter, guys? I mean, if you're really worried about if it cuts, if you're doing a paint enhancement, that's what this polish was designed for, enhancement, does it really matter how much cut it has? Because if you want to do paint correction, use a compound in a polish. You're using the wrong product. So much better with that simple process. Wipe off is easy. This is a good polish, guys. Maybe after we're done, we'll spray some water on her, see how she behaves. This pad, I always use it in these curves and contours because of its adaptability. You see that? Now this is a 4.5 inch pad, this is a 3 inch plate. That means we have 1 inch of buffer space so the backing plate doesn't dig in. A thin pad is not going to provide the cushion and the protection and the adaptability that this pad provides. Because say this is an edge, and when we're adapting, you see how backing plate and the pad kind of sink in? Well, that absorbs. When we are adapting and hitting along that edge, well, we have 1 inch space to protect the paint from the backing plate so it doesn't gouge it. So we could get in here safe. It adapts really nice. And this is my go-to pad on the PE8 when I gotta get in like curves and contours. This pad does a kick-ass job at that. It's one of my favorite pads. I use them all the time. So definitely check these out, guys, for your Mini. They work really, really, really well. Alright, so we're going to talk about getting into these vents. Now, obviously, we want to use a soft pad, something that's not abrasive, and something like this that gives us a lot of cushion. Now, we're not going to be digging, we're not going to be applying pressure, because these are single stage. Number one, they could only apply so much paint, and this has to last for the entirety of the vehicle's life. So, I'm going to apply 3 dots. Now, you never just want to go in with those dots and start going, because you're going to get splatter all over. So rub it on the face of the pad, Now, even if I still go, there's gonna be a product buildup in one specific area, and that could once again cause splatter. So what you have to do is create your safe zone. So I'm gonna start here, even though I don't necessarily want to. So now that the product is thinned out in my safe zone, I could go over and lightly hit the vent. Be aware of where your pad is hitting. If your pad is hitting this and you're using a sharp pad, a cutting pad, you could cut an edge like this with single stage. So you have to know what you're doing and be aware of your surroundings. I'm barely even touching these. And just like that, no splatter in the engine, no splatter anywhere. We are good to go. No problems. So just because you want to start there doesn't mean that you should. So I kind of just use this area to kind of hang out, spread the product, and then go to town to where I really did want to work. So look, no residue, no splatter, clean. Wiping off clean. And we was safe. So safe, easy, and no clean. Alright guys, we're pretty much all wrapped up with the 512 TR. I'm really happy with the results that we achieved by not getting too aggressive. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's what's best for the paint. It really is. My best interest is in the car, and I'm happy with the results that we got for the effort and time that we put into it. So let's do a walk around. When the hair is messed up, that means it's time to go home. I did like using the TurtleWax stuff. Obviously, I want to get more familiar with it. I would like to try it on base clear. This was just the first impressions, and for the little that we did, I'm pretty pleased with the results that we got. Complete win. We didn't take a lot of paint off. We removed a lot of marks, a lot of gouges, a lot of ugly spots on the car. It's glossy, it's protected, and we didn't jeopardize the integrity of the paint. Now, as far as the experience with the TurtleWax stuff, it seemed to be good as far as the protection aspect and everything. I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't know the projected longevity of it, but I guess we will find out more as we go. We could do some stress tests and see how durable it is. So with that being said, I'm gonna end today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did enjoy the video, give it a like. It does help the channel grow. And I appreciate all of you guys for watching. And like always, I will see you in the next one. And remember, next level mentality.